Okay, again, base color XF-69 NATO Black. Okay guys, so I got all the paint on and it looks pretty good. So now what I want to do is I want to try to give it just a little bit of a weathered look. And the way these looked is basically they just had, well, they went so fast the paint often burned and just left a bunch of, gray streaks and things all over it. So what I think I'm going to do is I'll just use the base color XF-69 NATO Black, and I'm going to try adding a few drops of XS-53 neutral gray, and just kind of randomly go around and start giving it some little bit of wear patterns, and hopefully I'll see how that does. Alright, be right back. Okay, so this is looking okay. This is what I'm after. Just doing a little bit of if you can see that or not, that's what I'm looking for. Especially along the edges. If you look at pictures, you'll see a lot of this gray look along the edges of the aircraft. Okay, so guys, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go over with a real thin XF-69 NATO Black to kind of blend it all together. There, see? Kind of blended it in and evened it out so it's not so stark. Yeah, looks good, see? Alright guys, so I've glossed the model with my Model Masters gloss, and I like to thin it down a little bit with some Tamiya X20 thinner, and we're ready to start doing the decals. And I've got my got my solutions here, got the good old micro set and micro sol, and also Solvaset in case it depends on how thick the decals are. I'll use Solvaset if they're really thick. Okay guys, I got all the decals on, and overall they didn't give me any problems. They were a little thick, so don't be afraid to use some stronger setting solution. I use Solvaset, and sometimes 2 or 3 coats. These red decals, they were a pain. So the problem, well, there's really no problem. It's just the fact that the decals on the kit and on the sheet aren't numbered. So you have to. These aren't a problem here. It's just when you get to about right here, you got one big long decal that goes to about right here, and then you got about 3 other separate decals that go the rest of the way. And so you just kind of have to figure out, basically it just takes a few minutes to figure out how they go by looking at the, basically just looking at the instructions and determining which goes which. So, okay. Well, I was pretty happy the way they came out. Looked pretty good. There's the marking on the tail. Get closer there. It's kind of cool. And on the bottom, you have decals that go on top. These go on top of the camera windows. And my suggestion is to go ahead and cut the carrier film out on the decal sheet before you apply them. The carrier film I'm talking about goes on top of the, or goes over the windows, and that's what I did. So just cut them out on the sheet and then laid them down. All right. And see, they went down okay. So my next step is to put a flat coat on it, unmask all the windows, and at the time of this recording I'm waiting on some little clear styrene or acrylic rods, and I'm gonna mount it in flight on a just to get a cheap wooden platform or whatever, wooden base at Hobby Lobby or something, and just have it in flight. So I'm going to do a few touch-ups here and there. I don't know if you can pick it up very well, but my post shading got a little washed out. So yeah, I don't know. I might go in and do some more fading with some maybe with some chalks. I might just leave it as it is. I think it looks pretty good. I am going to maybe paint inside these vents, give those maybe a darker black, and I need to, I don't know if you can see down in there, but I need to add a little bit more dusting and stuff to the exhaust. Alright, there she is so far. So we're going to get this flat coated and get all the windows unmasked, canopies, and the camera lenses, and it should be ready for display. So okay, so I decided I'm going to just do a little bit more fading. So what I've done is just got one of my kind of a light gray chalk and just scrape some off, and you can just take a little brush and just kind of go around and add a little bit of not too heavy, not too stark, just in random areas. It just kind of simulates the the paint fading around the SR-71. And then you do that, and then you give a flat coat over it, and it seals that in. So, but yeah, I think I washed out my post shading, which looked pretty good, but when I went back over it with the base coat, I did a little bit too heavy. And plus, when you add a gloss coat, it usually darkens up your paint a little bit. So that's all I'm going to do, just go around and just some random spots. The nice thing about using pastel chalks is that if you don't like it, it can wipe right off. And so it doesn't look, I got a little heavy here. So, it's not too bad. So I'm going to continue doing that and get ready to put a flat coat on it. Alright, hey guys, here she is, all done. Got it mounted on a base, and pretty happy the way it turned out. You can definitely see the post shading that came through. Off here and show you the underside. Yeah, so after the issue with the cockpit not fitting very well, as you can see, it's hard to, you can't really tell anyway, but you can see inside the windows, so it does look kind of cool. And the stand, I just bought a piece of wood at Michael's, I think, and just painted it black. And I got some of these acrylic rods off eBay, and that's all it is. So I would like to get a some sort of sticker or emblem to go on the stand. But, yeah, just put it on like that. And if I mess with it a little bit, I can get it pointing up a little bit, but otherwise I'll just have it resting like that, and you can turn it sideways. And that's it. So that'll look good on my office desk. Guys, thank you for tuning in and joining me here. And stay tuned for a few photographs. And we'll call it done. Take care, guys.